Hmm. Alright. Took a little while. Time definitely got away from me. I had to get something to eat. Haven't really eaten much today. But now I've eaten, so I'm okay. Alright, so this page here, I started a bit off stream to kind of get a little further. And I'm gonna definitely do like I haven't added like the butterfly or a lot of the details of the background, speed lines and things of that nature. So I can go ahead and add those things in. Hope everyone's weekend was cool. My weekend kind of flew by very quickly. It's weird because, like, you know, the weekend before that, before previous weekend, felt like I did so much. I either went out and went to a store or, well, I did actually go to a store this weekend, I think. Unless it wasn't the weekend. I don't think I really did much this weekend. Let's go ahead and get a better reference for a butterfly to make sure. I'm still thinking of doing a simplistic approach, but I want to be a little bit more accurate than what I've sketched. Yep. Well, the first thing I looked up butterflies, and the first thing it gives me is something about how they taste. I'm like, what? Who's out here eating butterflies, man? I think what I want to do is make it look just a little bit more three-dimensional, so I'll have to pick a different angle. That's decent. Alright. I think I wanted to make it like, was it a Monarch Butterfly? Yeah. So they look pretty cool to me. This pattern actually looks really cool. Wonder if I can actually do it correctly. Trying to make these things look as clear as possible. But the smaller you get with these images, harder it is to keep everything sharp. I like that. This other pattern here that has to kind of flail out. So I'll make this part bigger here. And then we're going to spread from here. Actually feels like it should be a little bit taller. Yeah, it looks about right. That looks cool. Notice usually its body seems to be mostly dark around the center point. So I'll also do that. Cool. And I see here that kind of have it where though it's like it has like a circle motif and it's like fluttering away. Like instead of actually drawing it, I'm drawing it like it's a light or something. I don't know if I should keep that. I don't think it matters too much though. So I could just use it like with tone or something. I'll figure that out in a bit. try my best not to do another thing where I overlap. The good thing is this is a in double page spread. This page will be actually a left facing page, so I'll have space to go towards the edge of this page entirely to add the butterfly there in like more detail. So I won't have to necessarily uh, force myself to overlap anything here. I can fit the butterfly right here on the edge of this page, and it should be able to work very well. My only problem is I still feel like I want to make it bigger. So I guess I want to make it bigger than this one, but also have enough space to fit here properly. So I'll just have to make this area smaller, make the wings bigger, like this. In the middle, flails out. Something like that. I guess it wouldn't be such a big thing, but I'll also still feel like, yeah, I'm gonna make sure it just doesn't overlap. It'll be underneath of this panel here, just like everything here also. If you guys are drawing along or working on anything, what are you guys working on? Like I said, every week. Well, at least once every week. See what everyone's up to. Let's actually have these little ridges here. It's cool. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make the outline shape. the same for this one. Go ahead and start from the top. So again, we have a consistent pattern from this way to here. Got to hang with the family a bit today and actually do some painting. Got to work with watercolor and like acrylic water. Well, it's not acrylic, it's fluid acrylic. Was pretty darn fun. Never really experimented with the golden acrylic before yet. So it was nice to play around with it as a family and actually see what it could do. So that was pretty fun. Alright, I think that looks decent. Let me see here. Make sure this, was it the antenna? Antenna. Let's go ahead and put that up here. Alright. Now we can go ahead and fill that in. I'm going to turn the paper a little bit so I don't smear what's already on it. And Did I just see a screen tear? What was that? I saw something move on the screen. You guys are reading any like web comics or anything? What are you guys reading? I haven't really been reading any web comics for a while. I have a few that I know I'm going to return to and finish checking out, but nothing new, nothing really new. Oh wow. Hey, Tommy. Mm, yeah, I have been reading Ken actually. It's a great series. Has a lot of boxing content in there. I think it might be a GL actually. I don't know. The artist was working on it is getting better and better at like working on comics. Like really getting good, and I really want to see what they do next. But like the next chapter, like, cause it's getting better and better. I want to see how much improvement the characters have after all the training they've gone through recently, and want to know if Nunu will ever be able to get that chicken box she wants. Even though it's definitely not healthy for her diet. No, but it can is awesome. Thank you. I think I'm gonna draw more butterflies later. I think they're really cool. Or they look cool. I don't know enough about them to say that they are cool. Why didn't I just extend that? Oh, maybe I could have just done this. Hey, how's it going, Tavon? How have you been? I like that. Okay. Try to leave a little bit of space here so that like I can get some sort of feeling of lighting, even though I didn't do that on the wings. I'll probably go back and edit. Nice, everything's been good. It's great, man. Okay, and try to go around these patterns here, little ridges. One of the things I really used to be bad at, and I'm always trying to avoid now, is like stealing the life of my drawing. Sometimes I would add detail to something, and I would go over it so much that I would like steal it essentially. Like I would indicate detail or lighting, and then I would end up going over it too much, and then you wouldn't see those indications anymore. Something I would consistently do. But you can't really necessarily make a perfect drawing. Um, but you can definitely indicate enough stuff. It doesn't even have to be the neatest drawing. Uh, you gotta know your fundamentals, and then you gotta have, I think, a certain amount of control slash freedom with like the marks you make, and then that will help like the stuff you draw look more natural. It's not even about it being as planned or anything. It's more about it being like you've probably drawn this type of thing before, and because of that, what you're drawing now will look so much more natural. Instead of you being like, I have to knock everything completely out of the park line work wise, because then it could stiffen up to the point where though it looks like you may have traced or something. I've uh I've done that before to my own work, and I've seen artists who do it. They have so much skill and whatever, but sometimes they end up uh, over detailing to the point where as though it could look like you're tracing a 3D model or something. And if they are, you know, it's fine. Work's got to get done some way. So I've added the butterfly in multiple scenes. I didn't put it here. Wait, this one right here. I'm gonna cheat and put a circle. Um, so I'm gonna put it like here. I'm gonna cheat and put like a circle there. We already have indication for ground shadow, and ground plane is there. I know that I wanted to put like a mountainside like next to this place, so it would be kind of like this, right? So you looking ahead wouldn't be able to exactly tell uh, where the light source was because this will be directly in front. I think the funniest thing about drawing natural forms is that sometimes you end up drawing something that looks like a face. And you're like, oh no, that kind of looks like a face. And you have to erase out of it. And you're like, oh, it's so much better just because that rock doesn't look like a face. There's nothing wrong with that either. It's just that it takes attention away from everything else that's happening. There's nothing wrong with it though. Now I'm gonna add some line weights to this guy. I kind of want to change his posture, his posing, because he's all like he's kind of upset, he's angry, and he doesn't look that motivated here. So I want to make him a little bit more motivated as he's angry. How can we extend the arm? It could be up higher, I assume. Rock people? Yeah, right? Like giant people, like those Titans from Attack on Titan or something. Okay, so we got the arm up further. And I like that a lot more. It's too much shadow here. You can have the thumb here. I'm gonna indicate some fingers. That looks a little better. And we have that to put some attention on it. So now I'm gonna go through and thicken up some of the line weights. Mainly the back area where the light wouldn't be hitting so well. I think these little small drawings, oh, you probably couldn't see that very well. These little small drawings here, some of the hardest to do well. Because honestly, you run into a problem where like you could draw it really accurately, but if it's like tiny and no one's gonna see it, all the little details are gonna get like washed out because they're gonna become super duper small. My hand keeps hitting that button. Okay, I'm liking the line weights here. Tell who's in front. And this here also. So we'd have that, and then something more like this, because he's lifting his foot up. Okay. Little indication of the ground plane and the texture is probably like. Alright. I think that looks pretty cool. More details. Maybe I'll leave it at 2 instead of 3. 3 just adds so much more to the stream. She looks a lot better. I think this page might basically be about done. Just need to add some horizontal lines here, or speed lines. I don't know if I want to use my triangular ruler or not. I swear, every time I buy one of these dang on things, they always have a little bump somewhere. And I'll be like, come on, I need you for straight lines. If you have a bump, like, not going to be able to help me make straight lines. But that's fine. We can do it. Okay. Cool. Alright, let's go ahead and add our frames. Oh, I'm looking around. My ruler is actually right here. We need our 1.0. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do both sides. Okay. Those two there. Cool. There's no border for this one panel here. Alright. And now we gotta do these last ones. Alright. Dig how that page looks a lot. So yep, I'll definitely be erasing out of things here and there. But I'll be also trying not to touch the page very much. Since this is relatively done, I'm gonna go ahead and scan it eventually. Sorry, got the number on it. So yeah, really dig the way this page looks. Yeah. Oh, Master Shake. Cool stuff, man. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Bay. Huh, it is. It is cool, Master Shake. Master Shake. Jeez, I wonder. I never saw the season finale for that show. Alright, camera, what's going on? Alright, cool. Yeah, I never saw the season finale for that show, so I wonder actually, was it a good ending for it? No, it went for some time. Every time I see your post on Twitter, I can see you're always improving. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm trying. Do you also draw? Always wondering what everybody's working on. Oh, awesome. Good thing is all this internet stuff we have access to allows us to do so much. So it's never too late to learn and work on anything and improve yourself. I really love this bottom panel. It's kind of, well, I have a friend who sometimes we work together on stuff, on like comic projects. His name is, goes by the Crocodile, and he created this series called Blacksmith. And I was watching him work on it and develop it and kind of helping him along the way whenever he needed help. And he did like this cool scene where his character would kind of run off, uh, and he goes and he sees like he doesn't see a butterfly, but earlier in the chapter there's this butterfly, and it was like one of my favorite scenes in the chapter. So I always held on to that for like in my head, cause like man, that's really cool. And but the end of chapter one of his comic, his character Justice runs off, kind of like on like this adventure feeling type thing, and it always looked cool to me when it got finally finished and everything. And I was like, I want to do that too for like one of my chapters. I think that would be cool. But at the moment where I was in my story, what I where my character was, he was kind of like it's like in a modern day city type thing. So it wouldn't have a really big adventure feel. But now they've kind of left that place. I finally was able to do it. So I'm glad I finally was able to kind of do like my own little homage to Blacksmith in this way. I kind of took my favorite part of the scene from the part one of the chapter, well, the beginning of the chapter one, and then the ending of the chapter one, and put them together in this way. Tomorrow, tomorrow we'll be working on this page here, which I kind of got to start a little bit before the stream. Um, yeah, we're almost at the end of these sequences, and like I said, I'm still gonna go back and like add more background details and such. But I feel like I always have to get in the state of mind to do that. I'm always like, I gotta really make my character art look good. This looking guy specifically, the ones he's on, but thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I had to pull up a decent reference for that one. I was like, dang, I can't off rip out of my head just come up with what a Monarch Butterfly looks like. Um, but yeah, I like it a lot. I think I think my friend likes it too. He's kind of been seeing me or checking out these streams every now and then. And this is page number 20. Hmm. It's only 1 hour and 4 minutes. So actually, you know what? Let's keep it going for a bit. Let's keep it going for a bit. What other art do we have to have on here? So I'm gonna have this go. Well, let me go ahead and add in the actual dialogue, or bubble, which should probably more so be here instead of off to the side like that. Cool. Kind of been in, kind of wanted to check out Ghost in the Shell movie 1 again recently. I really enjoyed that movie. Like the whole puppeteer concept and everything. I think I just missed more animes out there that were a little bit more philosophical and got you to think. Yeah, the animation. Yeah, the the movie part one, or the not movie part one. Why I keep saying that? Yeah, yeah, the the first movie that came out before they redid it and added 3D to it, which I was just like, why? It was so good already. But I guess they thought, they saw a chance to try something and they did it, so I don't have a problem with that. Um, but yeah, I just miss anime that used to get you to think a bit. It almost feels like these days they don't want you to so much. They just kind of want you to look at the movie, and if they put something in there for you to think about, it's about whether or not it's going to have a sequel. Standalone Complex. Wait, Standalone Complex 2045. Gotta look this up right now. Gotta see this. Excuse my slow typing fingers. Oh, I haven't checked this out yet. I haven't checked this out yet. I don't know how it compares to the OG standalone complex and the part two of it. I haven't really seen too many people talk about it. Yeah. I've heard about it, but I don't know. Sometimes when I see 3D, I'm just like, oh no. Not that 3D is bad or anything. It just can be utilized easily badly. I don't know if you'd like it, but there's this anime called Kuchi Branco. But the main character is a psychiatrist, and each episode he tries to make his patients rid of him. Interesting. That sounds interesting. And my cam. Oh, I thought my camera had paused. It was me that paused my camera. It's comedy, but it's super nice, and the art's so amazing. Yeah, I definitely will check that out. That sounds cool. I'm actually gonna look that up after the stream. Yeah, I'm always looking for new stuff to check out. Kind of takes me a while. I try not to watch every single thing that drops because I just don't have as much time as I used to. Another thing that's really interesting about like consistently drawing a character is when like you get used to just drawing in general, and you have like your bread and butter in certain characters like age range, and then you're like, oh, my character is 1 year younger than that though, haha. And then you have to keep wondering why your character looks odd because you keep giving him older features. It's like, oh dang, I went outside of his character model over here drawing older version of him. Feels bad that anime nowadays are flooded with CGI. I feel like 2D is kind of dying. Ugh, is 2D dying? Hmm, damn well could be. It definitely could be. Because, I mean, what are they gonna use it? I mean, I think the industry just got too big, right? There's so much work out there now. They're dropping a bajillion shows now a season. That's another reason why I don't watch everything. I don't think I've ever watched everything that dropped a season. Uh, but the amount of shows that are dropping per season nowadays is ridiculous. I think when I was in high school, I remember reading articles about Ghibli talking about they were about to throw in their hat essentially and be done with animation because they couldn't compete against animators from other countries who were doing like less than 12 frames a second or less than 12 drawings a second. So it was like, how can they compete against that? And I was just like, oh man, I can't believe Ghibli's about to just be done with animation. I don't think I even understood it back then. I had to keep talking to people about it and everything. Yeah, how's it going, Wrench? I'm doing okay. Today's been a pretty interesting day. Every season, there's at least 6 CGI animes, and they're not so well animated. I don't know. They don't even try to stylize them and make them look good. Something makes me think that they do think that they look good. Like, there, a part of me is like, someone's looking at it and going, it looks fine. And then they go and add for its budget or something. And I guess nothing is supposed to be comparable to movies, even though certain studios have cracked the code on how to create uh, anime that visually looks like a movie on like a season by season basis. One of those studios is definitely KyoAni, and still sucks what happens with their company. But the people that are still working there are still very talented, and I'm pretty sure they could still, create good looking shows. You have UFO Table or Ufotable, whichever way you pronounce it. I actually love the way Ufotable uses CGI. Um, I mean, at this point, the whole world seems to love it because the way they responded to what's the name of that show, Kimetsu no Yaiba. They responded with their wallet. It was like, "Hey, y'all got any more of that Kimetsu no Yaiba?" They showed up and bought everything they could of it. It's actually amazing how much people really like what they did with that show. It's basically meta now. Oh, Kimetsu no Yaiba? I guess it is. It's almost synonymous with uh, what anime is right now. Jesus, look at this guy's head. I gotta improve it. Like, oh wow, look at this guy's face right now. It's like, why'd you draw me like this? It's like, why'd you draw me like this? You know my eye looks weird. Alright. And draw the hair in, right? Yo, bro. It's midnight. Here, I got a dip. Nice to meet you, and keep doing your best. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Probably tomorrow, or whenever you want to check out my streams again. But yeah, thank you. See you. Oh, that's what the problem is. So I have this thing character design wise where like it's like an unspoken or well, it's not about to be unspoken anymore. I'm gonna just talk about it. I have like these little design things that I do, and what I try to do is consistently stay consistent with using them. And certain characters have eye shapes that nobody else will have. That makes their face unique, and it's mainly my main character, so nobody else has the exact eye shape that that guy has. And I almost gave him the exact eye shape, so that's what was really off about his face. There's more. This is gonna be fun fixing on stream. Why not? Also, this guy's mouth looks off too. Let's not even go with that. There we go. Just looking here. Need to get sharper. I think that looks pretty cool. Nope. I don't know what it is about these days, but I always feel like I'm pressing too hard nowadays. There was a time where I had gotten a really, actually I'll use that line. I got in a really soft hand, and I could just go over things and just, oh, I messed up, and just literally erase everything. In fact, I trained to be able to do that, to be able to just erase everything because I know that it was messed up, or to be able to be okay with that type of thing. And now my hand is heavy again, and I'm like cutting into the paper. Some things don't erase as easy as they used to. It's kind of odd. I'm actually avoiding this just because it looks super awkward. But I'm gonna have to do it anyway eventually. So let's see. The the head of the cat is essentially, it's not even that crazy, honestly. It's a circle. And then you would have this little dip part. Just do this. I think actually the thing that I'm not good at yet is just mapping out where the ears would be. You know, cat's ears are, you see them up or down based on like emotion, just like with like dogs and stuff. Okay, so I could basically I could just do it. Okay. Where's the, nope, wrong one. There we go. It's always the small ones. erase a little bit at the bottom so that the arm could just, well, the shoulder here, we have the arm. It's funny, I have like this cat that actually does this pose, which is why I'm even drawing this. It's like, you guys have ever seen like the Sphinx in like Egypt? I've never seen a cat or owned a cat that did that, uh, until this current cat that I, and it's so funny to see. Like, she'll be just sleeping in that pose, and I'll be just like, are you okay? Like, why are you posed out like that? Like, are you that tired? It's definitely possible. She could just be bored. Did I manage to get a PlayStation 5? This is the perfect thing to almost end stream on. I did not manage to get a PlayStation 5. Honestly, I'm a little bit done with gaming, definitely on like console at this point. If I'm gonna game, I'm probably gonna game on PC. When I was younger, I was like all about them consoles and talking about that type of stuff with my friends and the console wars and all that good stuff. But nowadays, I don't really game as much at all. I'm too busy doing other things, working or drawing, trying to get better, creating content, all that good stuff. So I don't really have as much time for that. Also, there's too many limitations with console. It's too many. When I first got console, I think that well, when I had a, what's it called, a PlayStation 4, right? That's what I got. The PlayStation 4, honestly, at that point, I knew I didn't want to game too much, but my wife got it for me for like a present. She felt like over time I would get back into gaming a bit. I never really did. The main thing I ever tried on that was was like Warframe. Warframe was really fun. It was like the only thing I cared about really consistently playing on there. And Street Fighter V was a disappointment, like no other. I really wish Street Fighter V was good, but man, it was so disappointing because you had Street Fighter 4 in your brain, or I did, right? And it just couldn't stand up to Street Fighter 4 at all. So yeah, I'd rather play on Steam with friends, use a Discord server for chatting, play with all my friends that way. I mean, I don't have to use PlayStation's VR. I can use uh, other VR, and it'll have more capabilities. I can get a decent PC. There's a bunch of just better things to do instead of console at this point. Oh yeah, what was I gonna say? Remember when I first got console? I was going online with it to check out, how good the browser was, because I always thought, hey, if this is the PS4, this should be able to do everything that the PlayStation 3 did, and better. But in actuality, they downgraded from that. The PlayStation 3 used to be a media hub, like, and now it's not at all. It's just for gaming. Just for gaming. What about the Soul Calibur? I still actually bought Soul Calibur on the PlayStation 4, and I bought it on PC because more of my friends were available to play on PC. And also, the biggest reason why I didn't play enough or do enough on the PlayStation 4 was because they changed their policies so differently from how they had things on PlayStation 3. On PlayStation 3, it was worthwhile to have PlayStation Plus. It was worthwhile to essentially not need to pay for internet, but to pay for uh, certain things. But Xbox made you pay for internet. You could say, well, they have better internet, and I could be like, sure. But the feeling of having to pay for internet through a console and then also pay for it on your bills sucks because you're paying for internet twice. Um, and then when I got to PlayStation, I thought, they would keep their same policies from PlayStation 3. But as soon as they, caught up to or surpassed Xbox sales, and they were the ones kind of leading the charge to some degree, at least in that part of the console war, they flipped all their policies and started being exactly like Xbox. And that's when I kind of was like, I'm good. And I've never paid for online. So, uh, I got Soul Calibur on PC, playing online, even though, Soul Calibur does need improvements here and there. I still was actually able to join locally made tournaments and do that a little bit, play with my friends easily in the lobby and everything. Stuff that I could not do on PlayStations at all because I would have to pay for internet. So, yeah, I'd probably end up being a PC gamer overall. The funny thing, me and the wife actually looked for possibilities of getting a PlayStation 5, but they just consistently sold out, and I just gave up immediately because I didn't really want one in the first place. So, yeah, that's how that went. PC Master Race. No, it's literally the options. It's mainly the options. PC usually gets stuff first. You can do mods. Like PlayStation, you can't mod any dang on thing. So if you want like a cooler version of like even like Minecraft, you're not about to get cool mods on Minecraft because that's only on the PC version. As lightweight as that game feels to me from the outside looking in, you cannot get cool mods to like update the graphics, change anything. Shoot, and again, same thing with the problems with being online. You're not about to play with your friends on that game. At least I'm not, because I'm not paying for internet. So, yeah. Yeah, man. Imagine having a game that you enjoy, and then out of nowhere, they like you kick it off the marketplace, and you're like, this game was only available to download digitally. So that means you can't do anything with it. So that you can't really do anything with it. It sucks. Well, I see that my stream is messing up. Thanks, Tavon, for joining me and everyone else here. I see I have 5 concurrent viewers at the moment. Uh, so I'm about to go ahead and end the stream for the night. Thank you all for stopping by. I really enjoy talking to you guys and working on these pages and everything. Come back tomorrow. I will be getting a little bit further on this whole process. Um, it'll also be at 9 p.m. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.